Welcome back to Spilling the Tag. This is episode 6. I'm Connor Robb.
I'm Jordan McCoy, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how this coronavirus has impacted technology usage basically worldwide.
We do live in crazy times.
Yes, we do. Things have really became really interesting with, this coronavirus situation and how it's kind of just changed how we live our lives.
Yeah, it's really interesting how technology has, changed the way, so technology has really changed the way, that the world works currently. Imagine if we didn't have technology, what the world would look like right now. How would we function? There would be no school, there would be no work. Technology has really allowed us to do, some amazing things, even in this strange time.
That is true. Because for instance, when the Spanish flu happened, people I don't know if people stayed home most of the time, but because back then there wasn't refrigerators, there wasn't anything to keep your food stored and fresh.
Yeah.
Things have drastically changed since then, and with the use of technology, we actually are now able to live more secluded, I guess, if you want to put it that way.
We're able to kind of maintain our normal lives to a certain point. Yeah, it's a little different, but we're able to live our normal lives that we would usually live.
Yeah.
Which is something we never really thought possible, and that's what technology has done for us in this weird time.
So basically, we can stay connected, but also be isolated at the same time.
Yeah, it also gives everyone something to do. A lot of people have made it so they spend all day using all sorts of different technology. They wake up, they go to school or work or whatever, they do their stuff, they log off, do a little internet, whatever, YouTube, any social media platform, play some video games. It's
that is true.
It's made us so that we could stay shut in. We don't have to go places really. We can order food using technology. Grubhub and all those places, you use technology to order that food. That was never possible before. So, technology has really allowed us to be, completely isolated, and I think that's really interesting.
I mean, we're gonna look back at this and be do you think, us acting this way is gonna have some massive implications after all of this is done and over with?
I think it's definitely going to change how people see things, but I'm not sure if that's a bad thing necessarily. More of a reliance on technology, definitely can be bad. I think in this instance, it's going to be good. Maybe people see that they can stay inside more. They don't need to go out every night. They can be inside.
That is 100% true. Personally, for me, I feel it's going to cause people to become a little more lazy and set back. But
the people who weren't lazy aren't going to stay lazy.
That is true.
The people who are lazy are going to stay lazy. I don't think it's going to make people more lazy, because the people that want to be active are going to be active.
That is true. But for me, for instance, I'm not gonna lie, this quarantine thing has kind of caused me to, take a step back with what I normally do, kind of decrease my output, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, but it's also probably changed in certain aspects, how would your life be without the technology? How would that change your output? It would make it a lot less. It would basically,
true.
My life would basically stop.
My life would be 100% different from what it is right now.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty boring, honestly, just without technology or without anything to do. So technology has really given us a way to stay connected and still live our lives, and I think that's kind of cool.
That is 100% true. So I think we should also talk about the strain this has on just what is it called, the internet and stuff like that.
Yeah, because obviously the internet wasn't made so that everyone on the entire internet could be at the same time.
That's true.
And about 75... Sorry,
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay. I hold what is it called? I read an article that it's causing a huge strain like on the network system that's already built because the infrastructure wasn't, built up to this kind of demand. And I don't know, there's a chance that I mean, I've been seeing some, what is it called? Some internet kind of issues lately. Like, it's obviously a little more slower than usual. I mean, it wasn't
But
the
that
best
makes
before.
sense.
Yeah. Because of the huge demand of people being on at the same time, it's hard to what is it called? Kind of give everybody that same kind of output with the internet provider and everything.
Yeah, I mean, think about it this way. This is the way that I kind of understand it. About 75% of people are either working from home, going to school, or whatever. They're using the internet daily. They're working, they're doing whatever. And that's a lot higher than the usual output of people who would usually be using the internet in a given day. There's also people who are using the internet for leisure at the same time. So it's creating this mass networking where everyone is on the internet at the same time. So across the entire world, everyone's on the internet, and that's not what it was meant to do.
I've been hearing that a lot of scams are occurring with this coronavirus. So, like you were saying, people are taking advantage of people in this crisis, like kind of trying to see if they can make a few bucks out of them.
Yeah, I mean, bad people are always going to be bad people, and that just...
That's true.
But, and this has given them the opportunity, so...
And plus, everybody's home, too.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think, like, everyone would want to be bad. They wouldn't want to be bad people. But, in a way, it kind of makes sense that the bad people would continue to be bad people and take advantage of everyone's misery or just unhappiness and misunderstanding.
It's messed up, but it is what it is, Do you think with this coronavirus though, like it basically made that a lot worse, or do you think it's kind of like in the same kind of level that it's always been?
I think it's made it so that it's much more accessible because there's a lot more people using the internet, so there's a lot more people to take advantage of. But is it on a wider scale? I don't feel like there's more hackers. The hackers are just hacking different things because of this.
So you're saying like they kind of shifted what they typically do with what is it called? Just kind of like hacking with people, but now they're kind of shifting towards coronavirus kind of scams and stuff.
Yeah, they kind of shifted away from like technology and like technological fields, the Silicon Valley stuff, and are looking more now at like medical fields and anything that's super easy to take advantage of now because people aren't looking for it.
I was hearing that people were like scamming people with like coronavirus tests, saying that they were testing positive, or so you do have a good point. They are switching to medical. That is a good point.
Yeah, because everyone's scared right now. Everyone's like, "Oh crap, this is a big problem." So everyone, that's what a scam is. We discussed that on one of our earlier episodes. Scams are just people taking advantage of people's fears, and that's exactly what they're doing. And people are scared of the coronavirus right now, so they're using that. It's
messed up, though. It's really messed up. It's really deceiving.
It is, but that's their job. It's not a good thing, but it's how they make their money. They shouldn't do that, but it's unfortunately how they do it. But it makes sense that that's what we'd see from them. I think at least that we'd see that they're taking advantage of people.
If I was in the field, I'm not saying I am. You gotta adjust it a little bit.
Yeah, because no one's worried about their making money or not. How am I
But let's be honest, anyways. The economy's going down.
A lot of people using their technology. A lot of people on their phones all day. A lot of people playing video games. It just makes sense.
But honestly, though, technology has allowed us to not go insane. Because let's be honest, if it wasn't for technology, like we were saying earlier, like staying home and doing nothing, I don't know if I could survive that.
Couldn't read a nice book for 3 weeks?
I'm not that type of person, though, I'm a tech kind of guy.
That is what this is about, spilling the tech. We are tech people.
We're interested in, things that change and not a physical book that, once it's written, you can't go back and change it.
I think it's kind of weird because like we've seen technology on a rise, and this is really where technology gets to show how powerful it can really be.
Exactly. And then we can also see like its capacity, like how much it can actually, what's the farthest it can go to with this, with this situation we're in.
I'm not sure where I heard it, but somebody said that this was the perfect virus for the current time because of how we can adapt to it. It's because it keeps us inside, and there's things to do inside, and we can adapt to our life inside. It's the perfect virus to that we can avoid, or do our best to avoid.
That's a interesting way to put it. I haven't actually thought about that, but I can actually agree on you with that.
Yeah.
I was a little worried when this coronavirus started because I've been watching and taking notes and kind of watching the news since January with this virus. So part of me was like, okay, people are gonna confuse influenza with this coronavirus because they have similar symptoms. You get the same kind of effects and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm a little freaked out because Nebraska this year had at one point the highest amount of flu cases anywhere in the U.S. So I was a little, uneasy because I feel like that was gonna cause a huge spike, but luckily, compared to the rest of the U.S., Nebraska is actually doing pretty good when it comes to cases, but there's so many undetected cases right now that anywhere in the U.S. you're not safe. So
yeah, but I mean, if we're comparing it to influenza, think about how that flu worked. It was spread by being close to people. It's very similar. So imagine if they had imagine how it would have changed if they had technology then.
It would be a lot more manageable, I should say.
Yeah, so I think that's what we're really seeing right now. And I think technology has really impacted that. And it's really really the first time I think it's most interesting because it's the first time we're seeing that. It's the first time we've seen a major pandemic like this, and how technology and everything adapts with that. How we adapt to everything that's been thrown at us with technology. I think that really shows where we're going as a race or a species.
Yeah.
This has been Spilling the Tech, episode 6. I've been Connor Robb.
I've been Jonah Bakar.
Thanks for listening.